Okay, what's going on?
Here that I am just in awe of the talent that it took to produce it, and so thankful that I got the chance to play it. You are going to absolutely love it. I strongly recommend God of War Ragnarok.
That will change the minds of folks who have never connected with the series before. But for those of us with lots of hours logged into the Animus, the sum of Shadow's parts provide a refreshing realignment that you should not skip.
And I couldn't disagree with someone more. You guys gave Assassin's Creed a 8 out of 10. Me personally, I think Assassin's Creed Shadows is a checklist of a game, and that's an 8 out of 10 for them. Okay, I'm gonna let them cook. But yeah, on to the main topic of the video. AAA games is just not hitting. Like, I can barely play a AAA game for the life of me. Now, what made me realize this is when I played Final Fantasy 16 a couple weeks ago, and I played the game for 30 minutes straight, and I dropped it completely. Deleted the game off my hard drive, didn't have a fun time. I didn't like it. I thought the game was boring, you know? I didn't fuck with the game, you know? That's the thing. That's been happening with me for every single AAA game in recent time. So I just want to make this video, do some research, and try to figure out why am I not having a fun time playing AAA games anymore? Well, the biggest problem is that your device you're watching this video on is just... No. Wait.
Not enough.
Yep, that's right. Your PC is just mid. Yeah, that PC you built, you spent all that time learning, all that time like getting money for it, spending all that money for that PC, it is mid. Because for Spider-Man 2, it recommends a 8GB 3060, and I watched some gameplay, and it looks like it's using more than 8GB. I don't know about you, but that's more than 8GB. Rise of the Ronin requiring you to have a 2080 at least to run the game at. That is 60 FPS 1080p, by the way. Crazy, right? A game out there called Stalker 2. Now, when I saw this game specs, I almost wanted to kill myself. Bro, this game specs is devious, bro. You need at least a 3070 or a 4070 with that 16GB of VRAM, by the way. That's at least 32GB of RAM at least, and that is 1440p 60 FPS with DLSS and FSR on. You have to have those on to have that FPS. That is absolutely crazy. With a 4070, that's like a $600 card, I'm pretty sure. That is like a crazy price for a card like that. That is crazy FPS. You should be getting way more than that. Bro. You should be getting way more than 60 FPS with a 3070 or a 4070. And those are $600 cards. What are people going to do with like a $300 card, like a 4060? Now, I don't want to say that the devs are lazy, but it's either that they don't have enough time to optimize their game or they're too lazy. I place my bets they don't have enough time to optimize their game because they're using things like AI. Now, let's explain this AI thinking. Now, there are 3 different things that a game dev can use to optimize their game using AI. They can use frame generation, DLSS, and FSR. Now, if you see the 3 items or 3 like thingies in the settings, the game is probably gonna be unoptimized. I'm not gonna lie to you, because those things are made for older cards, but you can only use them on the newer cards. So I don't know the thought process on that, but I'm gonna let them cook. Now, DLSS and FSR is the same thing basically. Say that you're playing the game at 720p, but DLSS and FSR will increase that quality to like 1080p or 4K. Now, the game will look a bit sloppy, you might see some ghosting and stuff, the game might look all mushy and blurry and stuff, but it's a work in progress. It's a good way to make the games look a bit nicer on older cards. That's cool and all, I don't see a problem with that, as long as they use it as help, not as the main thing. Now, frame generation, it's in the name, it uses AI to generate frames for you. It's pretty self-explanatory. These things are cool, they are good for older cards to make the games run better, look better on older devices. Now, you guys are using these tools that's supposed to help the game out on older cards as the base optimization of the game, which is not good looks. That's why the games are requiring you to use like 3070 or 4070 for basic 60 FPS. That's not good. That is not good. Using these things to optimize your game fully instead of using them to help the game and help older devices play your game. That's two different things. I don't think the AAA companies are understanding that, because I don't think the devs have enough time to optimize the game before the game actually comes out on PC. Because when the games come out on console, they don't have that many problems. It seems like it's only on the PC side because you guys don't have enough time to optimize the game on PC, which is not good looks. Now, that doesn't answer my problem with AAA games, because my PC can run most games perfectly fine. But that is a big problem that is happening over across the entire AAA gaming industry, because the guys are making the games require 4070s. One day it's gonna be a 4090. Trust, one day it's gonna be a 4090. Young days. Oh my god. Now on to the main point of the video, of why I mainly wanted to make this video, is story-based single-player AAA games. It's just not cutting it for me. The games feel more like checklists than actual games, and I'm not the only one that actually feels this emotion. Like this dude on Reddit says that games are too focused on providing tons of hours of gameplay, and the game feels less focused, which I can agree. There's like 500 different wave points on the map that is just telling me, hey, do all the mini games instead of playing the actual game itself, which that I can 100% agree with. I completely feel that the games are becoming less focused and too focused on being the big 100-hour long games. If you see the games lengths are like 100 hours, 80 hours, 60 hours of stuff that I don't care about. I just came here to play the game. This was a major problem with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The game was stretched out too long, had too many things to do, and the gameplay just wasn't deep enough to stretch out for that long. Speaking of the focus of the games, the guys are too busy focusing on pushing the hardware, saying that, hey guys, we require tons of teraflops to run our game. We need so much of power to play our game. This is amazing. This is the hardest game to run, and it's somehow playing on a PS5. Look how amazing this game looks. To be honest with you, I don't care about how the game looks. I only care about how the game plays, and the game plays bad but look good. Hint, hint, Hellblade 2. The games are going for a cinematic look, trying to look like a movie instead of trying to look like a game and play like a game, not a movie. I don't know why the devs keep on trying to make movies like God of War or Red Dead Redemption 2 games I do like, but I don't play them for the gameplay. I only play them for the story, and it's kind of sad. I want more games I play for the gameplay, like Spider-Man 1 and 2. We need more games like that. Another point that just Reddit post brings up is that the games just seem like meshes of every popular system nowadays. Like, every game has an XP system, every game has an RPG system, every game has a battle pass, and all that. That some of these single-player games do not need. Multiplayer games, maybe. If you're free to play, maybe you can do that. But if you're single player, why do you need a battle pass? And why do we even need microtransactions in the games in the first place if they're just single player? Why can't you just make me gain this super cool weapon or armor by playing the game instead of just swiping my card and saying, hey, here's my money, then give me my armor? What's going on? It's a single player game, we don't need that. And now, multiplayer games, AAA multiplayer games, which surprisingly aren't in a bad spot at all. Like Fortnite, it doesn't have any bad updates. The game is getting constant updates, and it's not predatory as much as older multiplayer games. Marvel Rivals just came out, and that finally made a good hero shooter multiplayer game, so we don't have to play Overwatch 2 or Valorant. If you don't want to play Valorant, you can just go play Marvel Rivals for a good 6v6 experience of a hero shooter. That's good looks, okay? Alright? The multiplayer games, it ain't bad. We're cooking. Except for one. there's one company I want to talk about. And that company is Activision with Call of Duty. What are we doing? Yo. They have been selling the bag for the past couple of years, and it's kind of stupid. Like, all they have to do is just listen to the community with very simple and easy fixes that they should be in the multiplayer game, like anti-cheat. Call of Duty doesn't have an actual anti-cheat yet because I don't know. I don't know why they don't have an actual anti-cheat, and I'm so confused. The cheating in Call of Duty games gets so bad to the point that people are cheating in the game in the beta. They were cheating in the beta of the game. How are you doing this? How are you letting this happen, bro? And then skill-based matchmaking. They have the most cranked up skill-based matchmaking I've ever seen in my life. It's like if you win a match, you're going to go against complete sweats the next match. If you lose a match, maybe we'll put you down. But you're going to go up against sweats anyway. So why is it like that? The people are complaining, say, hey, tone it down. Don't remove it, but tone it down a lot. Because I don't need to be winning a match, and then the next match I have to forcibly lose to have fun, because if I don't lose, I'm just going to go against complete tryhards. And that's kind of dumb. That's kind of annoying. And then the content updates is not the best. How do you mess up a Squid Game content update? How do you let a Roblox game make a better Squid Game than a AAA company that makes billions of dollars every year? That is actually crazy. They have made a Squid Game event that only have one game. Bro, where's the games at? It's like, how do they sell a Squid Game event? Like, bro, all you have to do is make a whole bunch of mini games and boom, you make money. You make money. You win. You won. But you still somehow sold. And you know the funny part is about all of this? We be complaining about this. Actually, no. I won't be saying we. You be complaining about this, but you still play the game. Y'all guys still buy the new Call of Duty game every year. I've stopped playing Call of Duty since Cold War. That was in 2021. So, hey, bro. Hey, there's only one answer. And the one answer they took, Call of Duty on Steam at least has been losing players constantly over the past couple of days. Actually, no, the past couple of months, I would say that. Because that happens with every Call of Duty game. People, they buy the game, they lose players. But this time, they're losing a lot of players. Call of Duty is now hitting like 20k players during the daytime. That's very low for a COD game. That is extremely low for a AAA multiplayer game that should be hitting at least 50k. At least 50k at all times. But you know, hey, maybe this might send them a sign. Maybe it's a sign like, hey, we gotta fix that game, or the game's gonna die, because it seems like players are finally. Okay, so I made this before the new Call of Duty update with Verdansk, and the player base, it came back, for Verdansk, but I don't think that this is enough to keep the players. So yes, they came back, but is it gonna be enough to keep them playing? Because yes, they brought back Verdansk, but they didn't fix the other issues, it seems like, with the anti-cheat and the bugs, and the game was not having a lot of content. So I don't know. Because once the Verdansk hype wears off, what are people going to do? After they played Verdansk for another 100 times. By the way, Verdansk wasn't a good map. I don't know why everyone's hyping up Verdansk like this. It wasn't a good map. There's a lot of places you can camp. The map is very dark, and some of the skins just blending of the shadows a bit too much. And the map is huge and not enough players. So I don't know. But once the hype falls off for the Verdansk map, the players just gonna go back to what they were doing before. They're gonna stop playing the game. Yep, and that's it. Did I answer my question? Why are AAA games not doing the best for me, at least? And my answer to that question is, I just haven't found a game I just feel like playing. That's it. Because these games aren't bad. Ghost of Tsushima isn't a bad game, but I just don't like it. God of War isn't a bad game, but I just don't like it. And that's it. I'm just waiting for a game to come out that I just enjoy. That's about it, bro.